So, the way we're going to be ending stream, though, is, and this is why I wanted to come here first, because one, that vestige, and oh my god, I forgot how brutal it is. If you can't figure it out, he did say it when we were walking out. Cruz, the woman he knew, the woman we saw through the tutorial, is the queen, implying we have some connection to her. There will be more revelations about that later, but we know Louis here knew her prior to her becoming the queen. He saw her in that pain entering the frenzy for the first time. And you can only imagine what this poor guy was going through. Oh, someone who was his best friend. And it oh, it's such the the vestiges are honestly one of my favorite mechanics in this game because of the way they build characters. Now, when as you've noticed, we've been finding vestiges, but they've all been broken. You can restore them by coming to Io.
It seems I can restore the blood code of a vestige's creator from elements left in the vestige. If you find any vestiges, please let me know. It could be a chance to grant you additional strength.
It's gonna be a lot of strength. So, as you can see, we've collected quite a few parts. The thing is, these are all long cutscenes, so that's why I decided to do it this way. Though, I don't believe it is possible to have Prometheus Vestige Part D yet. Because I forget where this one is. Oh, wait, yeah, no, I just checked the list of where it is. Yeah, no, that's not till like end game. So, yeah, that won't be happening for a while. I'm going to mute myself during the memory echoes so you can hear them, because they're all really good.
Am I still alive? No. I know this feeling. I've come back to life again. What happened back there? Cruz, everyone was... Each time I learned something new about our world, or the state of those living in it, my feelings of guilt pierced me even deeper. Starving revenants fighting each other for a handful of blood beads, and the ranks of the lost swelling with each successive conflict. I spend my restless days in battle, trying to keep my head above water. Only when I'm engaged in the rush of combat can I close my eyes to the gravity of what I've done. Are you helping me? These blood beads. Those men lying over there ordered you to find them, right? Well, now you can keep them. Far too many people keep revenants as thralls these days. Stay safe and watch yourself out there.
My name is Kevin. I could give you a hand with whatever.
I'll see you. Here's what I was able to bring. It's not much, but I hope it helps.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry. I wish there was some way I could repay you.
I do this because I want to. Don't worry about me, all right?
Tell me if I can help with something. I'll do whatever I can for you.
young Revenant boy who I met in my travels, and in the end, brought to his death. He was someone that I never should have forgotten. It's hard to believe that I could let something so important just slip away. Sorry, I don't mean to bother you, but there may be other memories of mine scattered around. If there are, I'd like to get them back. I may discover things that are painful to confront, but I made a decision to face my past head on. Back then, I had no idea what would happen. As Operation Queenslayer dragged on with no foreseeable end, even children were turned into revenants and sent out to fight. And then, when it was over, both the strong and the weak were ravaged by bloodthirst. But with resources thin, they had nowhere to turn. I wanted to do something, to do anything to help. That's honestly all there was to it. It never occurred to me that my actions could lead to such tragedy.
What is it?
That is all we could currently see for Prometheus right now. As you see, we need Part D. Like I said, that won't be until late game. So for now, let's start viewing Hunter. The Hunter Vestige is a character we actually don't meet. He's not in the game. Yet, here we are with his memories.
Listen up. Our scouts have finally discovered the Queen's location. We're sending you in under orders to track down and destroy any Lost in the area.
Destroy the Lost? But how? We haven't even finished our training yet.
You'll learn in the field, Revenant. Protect your hearts, and you will never die. Your sacrifice will help open a path to the future.
Friends. It's their own damn fault. Kids shouldn't splash blood buds around like that if they want to stay out of trouble. They were practically begging for us to lift them. But don't be worried, though. We're gonna let you live. As long as you work your ass off for us, that is. Damn you! You enjoyed it!
Those hellish days went on and on. Stealing to survive. To us, it was only natural. I was ordered to take blood beads from other kids, ones that were just like me. As long as they could get beads, they would live. Survival was more bead to bead than day to day. That was when Louis came along and reached out to me. No one had ever done that for me before.
That's how our world is. I'm sure you've seen it yourself. There's no shortage of people who will exploit others to make their own lives easier. I have crossed blades with their miserable sort on more than one occasion, while I was researching the blood beads. It was a small thing, but I was certain that it would do some good.
So yes, that's something we haven't talked about. The Hunter Code is the same Kevin from Louis' memories. If a cat, this is thing I want to talk about before we go into the next set of vestiges. If the vestiges for a character who does not get introduced, well, you don't meet during the course of the game, like Kevin, I don't actually really have any other codes that fall into that one, but yeah. If not, they usually have a connection to someone in home base. So you'll get a scene where you talk to the character who they've interacted with. Kevin is someone who has this very strong connection to Louis. It also shows us that Kevin was there during Operation Queenslayer.
What is it?
And it gives an idea of what life is like for these guys. Also, some of the vestiges when you fix them, some of the hunter stuff will actually unlock Prometheus abilities just because of the connection these characters share. You can tell which ones they're for by looking at the top screen there. Hell, this one's actually for Mercury, which is weird for it. And with that, let's continue into our vestiges.
Louis, why do you keep bringing blood beads to some random kid like me?
There isn't really a particular reason, but if I had to give one, I'd say it's because you were alive when I met you.
That's... Don't keep risking your life for me, Louis. You can't.
You don't need to worry about me, really. Focus on keeping yourself alive and well.
Louis... Louis kept bringing me blood beads, which spared me from the constant struggle other revenants faced over them. There was no fear of being turned to ash or becoming one of the lost. I had blood beads, and that meant I had peace for myself. It was all mine. But was that really okay? The shortage must be hitting you too. Here, take them. They're yours. Don't worry about me. Being the only survivor would be boring anyway. And, you know, we rely on each other to survive, right? That's what people do.
There you are. You're that crazy kid that's been passing out blood beads, aren't you?
Maybe. What if I am?
If you've got so many lying around, then how about you pass some along to us? After all, we've been hurting since one of our kids turned lost.
I don't have that many. Even if I did, I wouldn't give a single bead to bastards like you.
You stupid punk. In that case, we'll just take him by force.
He was sharing the blood beads I gave him with some of the other revenants. He wasn't stupid. He had to have known what would happen if he did something like that.
What is it?
I love these vestiges still because it just emphasizes the connection on all of them. The thing is, as you notice, I can't build Hunter Vestige 3 because it requires Hunter Vestige 1 and 2, Prometheus Vestige 2, and Prometheus Vestige 3. This is due to how their stories are interconnected. With that, let's view the last Hunter one we've got right now.
Give me all your blood beads. If you don't, you're gonna get hurt.
Look at me, being threatened by a little boy. I must be letting my image slip.
I'm not a little boy. Now hurry up and hand him over, lady. Ow, it hurt.
What did I say? You're just a little boy. Still, I have to admire your guts.
Go on, do what you want. I'll end up dead anyway if I don't bring those blood beads back.
Why? Is someone making you collect the beads for them?
What's it to you? You plan on giving alms to a poor, miserable thrall?
I'm not giving you anything. You'll have to make your own way in the world. What I can do is offer you a job. I need someone to scout out the place marked on this map. Think you can handle that?
The map led me to a fully laden blood spring, tucked neatly out of sight. It was so well hidden that I never could have found it on my own. She'd sent me to the trove alone and unsupervised, so she couldn't very well complain when I took every last blood bead. After all, who am I to turn down an offer like that? I doubt I'll ever see her again anyway.
Whoa, what was that? Talk about your unexpected trips down memory lane. Stop that. I do what I want to do, and that's all there is to it. Most revenants have lost the majority of their memories. I guess I'm something of an oddity in that respect. I've still got almost all of them. And the things I want to forget aren't going anywhere. Lucky me, right? Looks like you have the ability to restore people's memories. If you happen to find anything related to me, be sure to let me know, okay? I'll make it worth your while. There could be something out there that I've forgotten, and if that's the case, I want to see what it is. So the kid found the blood spring after all, hmm? Maybe I did, and maybe I didn't.
You can tell a lot about a character when you know their past.
What is it?
We've got one more left. Hermes.
Our scouts were in it up to their necks, but they brought us intel that gave us the Queen's location.
Yaksha squad, those guys are the best. We've been given the order to deploy. This is the real thing, so stay on the ball.
Hey, Davis, are you listening?
Hmm? Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'll go get ready.
Pay attention, Davis! The middle of enemy territory is no place for a stroll.
Sorry. I appreciate it.
You're about to frenzy. We need to get you back for treatment.
Hey, Davis, what's been the matter with you lately? It seems like we catch you spacing out more and more these days.
If something's wrong, you can talk to us. We're friends, right?
Yeah, you're right. Sorry. The truth is, I've been looking for someone ever since I woke up as a revenant. Her name is Jester. We were engaged back when I was still human. She was my fiancée. That was one of my memories, wasn't it? Where did you find it? The depths, huh? Hard to believe it was all the way down there. I guess these things really are in the last place you think to look. My memory loss is pretty severe, even for a revenant. Almost everything from my human days is gone. My name isn't even Davis, or at least I don't think it is. They just started calling me that when I became a revenant. When I first woke up, the only thing I had in my possession was a single photograph of a woman. But no matter how much or how hard I thought about it, I just couldn't remember who she was. I appreciate any help you can provide. Thank you. So, I still knew her name back then. Back then, it was one battle after another. Somewhere in all the fighting, I must have just lost that memory. I knew I wouldn't die, so I kept coming back again and again. But I left something important behind.
Seriously, this guy, you can only imagine what it's like. They die constantly and lose their memories of their loved ones, of their friends, their family. Coco doesn't even know what she forgot, if she forgot anything. Louis here forgot about Kevin, who honestly he seems to actually have more of an impact on Kevin, though we still don't know how his story has ended. We haven't found any of their codes yet. But there is going to be connections. Davis here, fuck, the man forgot his fiance. Doesn't even know his own name. And this is the world they live in. But yeah, for restoring all those, you see much of the trees have started to open up. I'm actually going to pick that up. From Mercury, we now got vivification, which basically lets us. It's a homeward miracle. It lets you return back to the last place you rested at. One we won't be getting for a while, but I do recommend picking up, is the Revenant's Hunger, which increases the amount of haze we get for defeating enemies. If you go into the blood code descriptions, you can actually read what some of these characters we never met were like. Sort of in cryptic ways. But with that, I'm going to be calling stream. I thank everyone who came out. I am excited to actually start sharing Code Vein with people, because, like I said, Code Vein's a game that I utterly adore. And back when it came out, all I saw people talk about were the design of IO and the fact that it's just a Soulsborne game. Which, yes, it is a Soulsborne game. It's got some of the basic combat features, but under all the design, the anime aesthetic, everything that, we got really well written characters here. Characters who don't even know themselves, and that we're here to, and us as players, collecting these vestiges, are learning about these characters as they're learning about themselves. We get to see genuine reactions to the stuff they've done. And it's all just, it's so good. With that, I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day. I'll see you next time. And more than likely my character will have changed. Hello. So, you're probably wondering, why does this seem odd? Because I made a dumb move. This is post-stream. I am not streaming this. I'm actually recording this. So you actually get to see my new outfit before the people on stream, more than likely, unless I actually stream beforehand. But I don't know what's going off my schedule. I did it dumb. I said Prometheus Vestige D was located at oh, what was it? At like Endgame. I'm wrong. Nick's an idiot. He's a fucking dumbass. I because I've been playing through my own file, playing through this game again because I love it. I go to get to the next area as I'm around the park ruins. As I'm starting walking through, I'm like, wait, is that a red glint down there? Because I play with because I don't have to worry about the recording stuff. I can play with all my settings turned up. So I noticed a red glint. There's a ladder here we could do nothing with yet.
Kevin was a boy who had been enslaved.
Prometheus Vestige Part D. Yep. So I'm just tacking this onto our video about vestiges, our video with the vestiges we've already done. Which means I have to edit videos, which defeats the whole purpose of the streams. I am kidding. I'm kidding. I love streaming. It's just I do it because it's easier to record it for when I have to edit it. Not edit it, for when I have the fact that I go to work. I I will not lie. The minute I went down the ladder and I picked up that vestige, I actually just stopped for a second and was like, how do I want to do this? Because I knew I had to talk about this. I apologize to anyone who's like watching this going up on YouTube, like, you fool, you missed this vestige. I'm like, you did. I
What
know.
is it?
I know. So this will actually let us finish all the vestiges we currently have. And just like before, I'm going to mute myself during the actual cutscene.
Kevin was a boy who had been enslaved by a group of merciless rebels. Over time, stopping by to give him blood beads became something of a routine. But one day, that pattern was broken. When I went to see him, he was nowhere to be found, and his dwelling had been torn apart. I heard everything from someone who said they knew Kevin. A few days earlier, a revenant had attacked him and turned him to ash. The attacker was after the blood beads I'd given Kevin. I thought that I could save him just by giving him blood beads, that it would be enough. But I lacked true commitment to his survival. And in the end, that's what killed him. I appreciate your kindness, but it's unnecessary. It is what it is. I won't let myself forget again.
Blames himself for what happened to Kevin. You know what? Before we go back in, I kind of wanted to try this because I like this outfit, but the tails are just, the physics are all over the damn place. We're not going to be doing anything long because I was smart. I saved my appearance. But I really want to change the outfit. Should we go with this? I'm gonna cut the video for a second. This is why I was debating on playing this game. I spent too much time in character creation. I'll be honest, I think this is actually one of the better sets I could do. You'll see why when I actually equip when we restore the last vestige. That we've seen the story of. I love the Prometheus vestige story, with the exception of the one where it's the connection between Lewis and Cruz. That gets built on more with a different vestige, but I love the story of Hunter and Prometheus. Because it's the story of just this kid going through his day with, like, trying to survive the blood beads, and Louis trying to show him some kindness. Just giving him the blood beads, but not taking the action against the people who had enthralled him. But, let's see how their story ends. Because, from Louis' perspective, it ends with him turning to ash, but we saw him getting challenged. So let's see where it goes from there.
I'm sorry, Louis. I'm afraid it's over for me. But I don't regret what I did. When I gave out those blood beads, I felt like I was taking back my humanity. For a brief moment, I felt like I was truly alive. It was because of you. Thanks to you, Louis. I wonder if I was able to become even a little bit like you. Goodbye.
Kevin, you wanted to... Yeah. I believe you need a real sense of dedication before you can truly say you've saved someone. It's just self-deception to feel like you've helped after giving no more than handouts. But at the same time, I'd be a coward if I only sat back and watched while doing nothing. Even if I'm deceiving myself, I have to keep fighting. And if I fail to help, I'll face up to what I've done. But I also won't let that stop me from trying to help others. That's what I've decided. I couldn't save Cruz. Even when she begged for my help, I wasn't strong enough to do what was necessary. Now, this is all I can do for her. And the world. It doesn't change what happened. Or the fact that I'm responsible for Kevin's death. However, I appreciate you sharing his memories with me. Thank you.
Give him that last little bit of closure. Gave his life meaning. Again, this is why I love the vestige system. Again, I also do apologize for missing that vestige. I know anyone who watches it who's played this game and knows where all the vestiges are. I apologize. I looked up where it was, and, well, I misunderstood what it said on the Code Vein wiki. But we will be trying to get every vestige. I might not get every item, like weapon, but I will attempt my damnedest to get every single vestige that is available on this playthrough.